الله ولي الذين آمنوا يخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us recognize the truth and help us follow it, and we ask Him to help us recognize the evil and help us avoid it. My brothers and sisters, the topic of my thought today is about the purification of the heart, the tazkiyah. And it's something that important that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it the most important aspect of the duty of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, when he says in the Quran, يُزَكِّيهِمْ وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةِ. He gives them tazkiyah, he nurtures their heart, he gives them purity of the heart, and he teaches them about the book and the wisdom or the sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. So the most important aspect is the heart. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that on the day of judgment, where nothing would help, يَوْمَ لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ, where nothing would help except those that come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a clean and a sound heart. And the righteousness of any deed reflect the righteousness of the heart. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith narrated by Nu'man ibn Bashir in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim, he said that in the body there's a part, if it's sound the whole body will be sound, and if it's corrupt the whole body will be corrupt, and that is the heart. And the difference between the people, mostly when it comes to the righteousness, reflects differences in the level of the heart. That's what the Prophet ﷺ said about Abu Bakr alayhi ridwanullah. He says, مَا سَبَقَكُمْ بِصَلَاةٍ وَلَا صِيَامٍ وَلَكِنْ بِشَيْءٍ وَقَرَ فِي قَلْبِهِ. He was not better than you in praying more or fasting more, but actually in something that was established in his heart. And the same thing when it comes to the Sahaba alayhim ridwanullah. The main difference between us and them, that's what the Prophet says, that one of you can spend the like of the mountain of Uhud, and it will not be equal even to a handful of what one of them would spend. And most of that reflects the differences in the heart. And the diseases that affect the human being, of course they affect the body, but also they affect the heart. And most of the problem that we have dealing with each other's or with the situations or with anything reflect problems with the heart. Grudges, envy, hatred, jealousy, ill feelings, all of that, you name it. So to change that, there's an effective way, and the most effective way is that of the Prophet ﷺ. When you look at the Sahaba ﷺ, you see a drastic change from the way they were before and then after Islam. And that's what Islam did, that's what the Prophet ﷺ did to them, by taking them from one situation, one state, into another. Now of course we cannot be like the companion, we can try to follow their path, we cannot be like the companion. And the Prophet told us ﷺ that the best of the generations is that of the Prophet, the companions. And that will never be repeated. However, we can achieve something similar, or at least by walking along the same path, we can follow and achieve something similar or comparable to what they did alayhim ridwanullah. And there were some people of the same caliber. Nobody will attain the status of the Sahaba, that's true. But there were some people that were of a comparable caliber. Yani when you read, for example, the seerah of Ahmad ibn Hanbal alayhi ridwanullah, you feel that you're studying as if you're studying the life of one of the Sahaba alayhi ridwanullah, or Ibn Taymiyyah, or many of the others, Salah ad-Din alayhi ridwanullah, and then many others. Alhamdulillah, our history is full of people of that caliber. What these people did is follow the path of the Prophet ﷺ, that he traced for the Sahaba, and then that change could be achieved. Without that, none of that will be achieved. This is the only way. If you're seeking to have that high state of heart, then this is the path to follow. Inshallah, we'll be discussing some of these aspects in future thoughts. Jazakumullah khair, walhamdulillah rabbil alameen.